Welcome. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Today it's all about wrists and hands. This practice is an extension of the practice we did a couple of weeks ago for shoulders, because of course it's all connected. Also, our wrists and our hands are used so much throughout the day. Many of us work on computers, phones, texting, all impacts the muscles of the wrists, the hands, and even the fingers. So, let's get started. Our practice today is going to consist of Iyengar Yoga and some self-massage. You will need a wall and also something soft, something that you can put your forearm on later for our self-massage. I just have a nice furry pillow here. Okay, let's begin. So coming to a kneeling position to start the practice. If kneeling isn't great for your knees, then you can do some of this in a seated position. So we're going to begin by just bringing a little bit of movement into this area of our wrists and our hands. Just give it a little shake, maybe some circles in the wrists, opening and closing the fingers, create some movement in the joints there. Making sure the palms are nice and wide, get some real width across those palms. We tend to keep the hands sort of texting or typing, so find some movement there. Maybe shake them out a little bit more, even shake up until all the way up the arms to the shoulders. Just really create a little bit of movement, a little bit of energy, invigorate the whole area. Okay, now we're going to come to the wall, and this is a pose that we did in our shoulder work, but we're going to concentrate more on the hands and the wrists this time. So coming to a kneeling position and taking your wall and pressing the hand strongly into the wall. I have my palm spread onto the wall and the arm is at a right angle to my body. I'm making sure that my front body is lifted, my shoulders are rolling back and down, tips of the shoulder blades moving in towards the chest. And that coiling action of the shoulder blades that we talked about in our shoulder video, that is a great action to use here too. So that coiling the shoulder and the armpit, back and then forward to the armpit. And pressing. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Now taking another position for the hand and facing the fingers behind you, like so. So in this position, we were here, now we're going to face them behind us, pressing into the wall. Same action with the shoulders, same action with the front body. Lift pubis to navel, open the chest. Spread the fingers, find the width in the palm. Then turning the hand from here to here. So we're going to take the fingers down towards the floor. This might feel intense when the palm is pressing against the wall. If it's too intense, repeat the one we did earlier. Keep those fingers spreading and then release. Give it a little shake and let's take it to the other side. Fingers facing up first, like so, palms spreading. All the same action, shoulders rolling back and down, tips of the shoulder blades pressing in towards the chest. Find the width in the palm, find the stretch in the fingers. Also, you'll feel that the wrist here, this forearm and wrist, it's a really great stretch for there. Then taking the hands back to this position. Open the fingers. Keep the body lifting. And then the hand comes to this position, fingers facing down. If it feels good to you. If it does not, repeat the other two. And then release, shake it out a little bit. Okay, coming back to kneeling. We're going to take the hands now into Parvatasana arms. So taking the fingers, interlacing them, pressing the palms away. Really spread, like we did on the wall. Inhale, exhale, lift. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. Keep those shoulders rolling back and down. Feel as if you could plant those palms onto the ceiling. And release. Change the interlace to the one that feels less familiar. Press away. Open the palms. Inhale, exhale, lift. Press the palms onto the ceiling. Straighten those arms. Keep the shoulders rolling back and down. And release. Again, a little bit of movement. Maybe bring the wrists backwards and forwards. And now coming onto all fours. Going to place the palms onto the mat. Make sure the hands are in line with the shoulders and pelvis in line with knees. Get the correct alignment and then bring your attention to the hands. Open the palms, press them strongly into the floor as you did with the wall, and this time feel as if the palms are actually going to be suctioned to the floor. Spread those fingers really wide and feel the width that's coming now into those palms and as the fingers into those fingers. And then change the position. This time your fingers are going to face this long edge of the mat. Before they were facing the short end, now the long end. Spread them again. Press strongly. Feel that stretch in the wrist and the forearms. As you're breathing, open the chest. Sternum lifts. Navel comes towards the spine. 2 more breaths here. And then take them to face your knees. If this feels okay. If this is too much, stay at the previous position. Press the palms, spread the fingers, really open the chest here now because the arms are in a different orientation. Open up. And then carefully place them back to the original position facing the short end before sitting the hips back, joining the toes, opening the knees, and moving into a restful Adho Mukha Virasana, forward facing hero. Keep the palms spreading. Really open the armpits here as you descend to the earth. Forehead to the earth. Take this few minutes to rest. Back body is open. And then walk the hands back towards the knees. And come on up. Now facing the long end of the mat again, and we're going to move into Garudasana arms or eagle arms. But before we do that, we're just going to create some movement again. All the working at the computer and on the phone, texting, and that kind of thing really sort of puts the hands and the arms and the shoulders and all of it into certain positions, and we don't get enough movement in there. So just moving as if you're giving yourself a little hug. And then left arm, right arm comes around, press the palms together, lift the arms away from the face, elevate the elbows a little bit, and breathe into the back body. Spread the fingers. And release. And then go back to that movement. Then putting the opposite arm on top. Interlace the arms. Press the elbows away from the face. And breathe. Feel that space that you're creating now in the back body. And release. Finish off with a few more little movements. Maybe shake it out a little bit again. And we're going to move into Namaskarasana now. So I'll show from the back. So coming onto the knees again. This time taking the arms out really wide. And before we begin, create breadth rather across the chest. And then bring the arms behind, fingertips together, and press the palms together between the shoulder blades. Open the chest, coil the armpits as we did previously, and press the edge of the pinky side of the hand into those shoulder blades. Press the palms together, feel the stretch throughout the forearm, shoulders, hands, wrist. If this is too intense, you can go here. Again, all the same movements of the shoulders, the chest, and take a few breaths here. And release. Coming into Urdhva Hastasana now. Inhale, lift the arms up. Feel the space that you've created through the arms, forearm, wrist, hands, and float the arms back down towards the earth. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Feel the space, feel all of the stretch that you are creating in this pose, and then float the arms back down to the earth. To finish, we're going to bring the hands into prayer position on the front of the body. So bringing the palms together, pressing the palms in towards each other. Then the thumbs come to the base of the sternum here. Take a few breaths here. Let the shoulders release. Let the shoulders come back and down softly. Bring your attention into your hands and your wrists, your fingers. And just take a few more breaths to finish the practice. Namaste. And now we're going to move into some self-massage to actually free up this area of the forearms, wrists, hands and fingers just a little bit more. So come join me. And now for some self-massage for this really hard-working part of our body. So I am taking my hand, this is the right hand for me, and often most people are right-handed, so this will probably be the hand that feels more stiff, feels like there's more tension in there, but you can do both sides obviously. And I have my pillow that I'm going to rest my hand and arm on. So just starting with really just moving from elbow to wrist with some circles to warm up the area and just sort of start to release. And even that feels really good. If there are some tense or tender spots, just sort of take a little bit more time there, maybe breathe into it a little bit. And then from here, we're going to rest the hand onto our pillow, make a fist with the opposite hand, let the fingers be loose, and just draw from wrist to elbow with a little bit of pressure. Quite slowly until we meet the crease of the elbow. And then we're going to repeat that again. Pressing in and just bringing it all the way to the elbow crease. That feels really good. Then turning over, same on this side. Press with the knuckles from the wrist all the way up, drawing it back, really press into the tissue here, and come all the way up again to where the elbow crease is. And you might feel some tender spots. For me, it's around this area. So let's go and do that again. And just pull back. Okay. Give a little movement in the wrist and the hands there. Then clasp at the nearer to their elbow crease and turn. And come further down, clasp and turn. Clasp and turn. Or go all the way to the wrist and turn. And then we're going to repeat it with the arm this way. So clasp and then turn that way. Clasp into the wrist area, I'm just starting with some circles. I just have my thumb and I'm just circling into my wrist. With a little bit of pressure, not too much. And then I'm going to move into the palm of my hand. Now, a lot of pressure and tension can accumulate in this area here, sort of at the base of the thumb, especially with texting. So that might be an area that you really want to work into a little bit more. Can feel quite tender there. Circle all the way through the palm. Now the palm should feel like it's broader, wider than it was before we began the practice. So we worked a lot on that. Again, tender spots, press, breathe, release. Let the tension go. And while you're doing this, do make a note of the shoulders. It's easy for them to ride up, keep them back. Okay, from here, from the palm, we're going to move into the fingers. So taking your hand, taking the finger, little circles at the base of the finger all the way to the tip, and then pull and release, a little bit of traction for each finger. So the base all the way up, pull, release. Middle finger, pull and release. And then onto the pinky. And release. Okay, just moving some more circles back into there. All the way down towards the elbow crease again. I just like to finish here with a repeat of the one we did with the fist, because that one really feels good, really gets quite deep into the tissues, and just keeping the hand soft. I like to just finish by pulling all the way back and then turning over and doing the same on the top. Again, you might still find there's some tender points there, and if you have more time you can do more. And then see how that hand feels. Wrist and the hand should feel heavier than the other one. And what you can do is just lay it onto the support that you have and just give it a couple of minutes to rest, like a little shavasana for your wrist and hand. Take a few deep breaths. Think about the space that you've created here in this part of your body that works so hard for you. And then you can go on and do the other side. I really hope that you found this video for our wrists, hands and fingers helpful today. If so, please subscribe. I would love to see you here every week. And also comment, let me know how your practice is going. But for now, namaste.